Nittany Cassar and Kyle Conel are done for the season. So what does that mean for Penn State? Well, let's stop stalling and start talking wrestling. What's going on, wrestling fans? My name is Josiah, and welcome to Fanco Wrestling. On the show, we talk all about college wrestling news. And this week, there is big news in that Nittany Cassar and Kyle Conel are out for Penn State. What exactly does that mean for the lineup now? Who's going to be in? And are these two guys done with their college careers? I'll be discussing all of that in this video. Now, before I dive any further, I want to invite you that if you're a fan of college wrestling content, make sure that you hit that subscribe button right there, because that's going to help out you in getting the up-to-date wrestling news. Now, as far as Nittany Cassar being out, this is pretty upsetting. He was hurt at the senior nationals. He was hurt in the semis with a shoulder. I don't know if it popped out, something was kind of hurt there, and he's had injuries. He's been plagued with injuries in the past, which is just, it's very unfortunate. I feel bad for the kid, especially since last year he just won his first ever national title, which was huge for Penn State and for himself, coming out of being a backup in the lineup for the Nittany Lions, coming out and winning that national championship, and now having him, he was granted 2 extra years of eligibility because, like I said, he was plagued with injury. In the past, he was injured his redshirt freshman year, which wasn't really that big of a deal, then his freshman year, and then most recently now. So, that's kind of why it's been a big issue with him. Now, similar is with Kyle Conel. He was injured last year, ended up transferring, last year, ended up transferring to Penn State, and now he's out of the lineup too. So, it's 2 heavy blows for the Nittany Lions. So, who's going to be in now, and what's the deal? So, right now, as I had projected this, is that Penn State, they pulled Aaron Brooks' red shirt, and he's wrestling at 184. And that happened within the last month in December when his red shirt was pulled. Now, at heavyweight, and now what's going on there? Well, now Shakur Rashid is bumping up to 197. That is confirmed. All this news is confirmed by a wrestler at the Center Daily Times in State College by the name of Nate Cobbler, and then that's also from Flow Wrestling as well. Now, so Shakur Rashid is bumping up to 197, which could be pretty big. Could help him out. And then at heavyweight, we have Seth Nevels. So Seth Nevels, if you don't know, he is a multiple-time state champion from Clovis, which is a school in California. That is one of the toughest state tournaments to win, and the fact that he's a 4-timer, I believe, is big for the Nittany Lions. And Nevels, he is a freshman, actually. They're going to pull his red shirt. He had wrestled previous seasons, but not technically attached for the Nittany Lions, so he's pulling his red shirt. He will be wrestling as a true freshman. Right now, he's undefeated on the season, wrestling in a couple tournaments, Mattone Open, Wilkes Open, nothing real massive, but now this is his year. And listen, we've seen this in the past where Penn State has pulled red shirts from, or not necessarily pull red shirts, but pull backups from Nittany Cassar wrestling in the Ohio State Duel 2 years ago. It's my favorite example that I like to bring up because it's so relevant to this situation. We see that these Big Ten schools, these big schools, have great backups. They're recruiting these guys for a reason. And Nevels, if Cassar wasn't granted these extra 2 years, well, Nevels would have been the guy. And, of course, now we have Kirkfleet back in the lineup as well. However, he's not going to be able to wrestle this season, most likely because Ohio State's not going to grant him to be able to wrestle because of his transfer. If he started out at Penn State, yes, but now that's kind of more murky waters. Now, as far as Conel and Cassar, and if their careers are finished, that's really up for them to decide, them to announce. I think that I don't know what either of them are feeling right now. I don't know if Cassar can then, or Conel, because they already granted extra years of eligibility, if they can actually go to get more. I don't know if that would be possible because of the injury. I doubt it, but Cassar is going to be probably around 26 by the time he'll be done with his college career, wrestling like 18-year-olds, which is a huge difference in maturity, in age, and everything else. And, Cassar, he ended big with a national championship. I know he wanted to go for more national championships. He wanted to go for more titles. And he also wanted to help out the team, which is big. And, of course, that is another factor in this. And please let me know, do you think that this is a big blow to the team race? Because now that the number 1 ranked wrestler at 285 pounds is done for the season, that's a lot of points dropped at the national championship, and we'll see what happens in the dual meets. I mean, the dual meets over the next few weeks, as Penn State takes on Iowa, as they take on Ohio State, as they take on these big opponents, we're going to see Neville's, we're going to see Shakur Rashid, we're going to see all these guys finally come out, wrestling for the Nittany Lions, see how they do against the top competition that there is in each of those weights. And it's just going to be interesting to see. You know, as a Penn State fan personally, it's upsetting. I wish that Cassar was not out for the season, but that's what we have to deal with. So that's everything, guys. Until then, I'll talk to you then.